Niedermeyer, come on back up. It's your turn to hoist the cup.
What is going on YouTube? My name is Zubat and welcome to my channel. Today we will be starting our NHL 21 Cup or Bust series, a series where we try and win a Stanley Cup with every single team in the NHL at a maximum of 3 years per team. I would like to give a shout out to TactixHD for this idea, as he did this series last year in NHL 20. A link to his channel will be in the description below. We're going to start with the Anaheim Ducks today. The Anaheim Ducks have not won a Stanley Cup since 2007, and in the last few years they've been at the bottom of the standings, so we're going to try and rebuild them and hopefully win a cup within the next 3 years. So with that said, let's get it going.
Yeah, nightmares keep haunting me. Being at the top is never guaranteed. Last thing I want is a nominee. Wanna stack up awards like 1, 2, 3. Keep calm and relax.
Alright guys, so before we get started with this Anaheim Ducks Cup or Bust, there are some rules we have to put in place. The first rule is that we get unlimited free agent signings per year. Now that rule is only put in place because of rule number 2, which is we get a maximum of 5 trades per year. However, computer offers to us are a bonus. Rule number 3 is we cannot trade our picks past 2023, and the last rule is we have to have at least 3 picks per draft. Now these rules were put into place by Tactics, and I'm going to honor these rules and we're going to try it out, so let's get into it. Alright, so before we get started guys, we are going to be playing on Classic. We will not be doing the 32 expansion team just because it's too much of a hassle to go through the protection list and stuff like that. So we're just going to do Classic so we can jump right into the preseason instead of doing the off season before year 1. So our GM name is going to be Cup or Bust. Alright, Cup or Bust is our GM name. And of course, we are choosing the Anaheim Ducks. We are not going to change the division realignment. We're going to keep it the same, just like the NHL is right now. And for the rules for this series that we're doing, we're going to be turning owner mode off, honestly. We don't need it. There's no point in that. We are also going to be turning off head coach edits lines. We're going to be turning off fog of war and player morale. I'm also going to turn on auto staff management for now, but I probably will turn it off so I can go look at the coaches that are available, stuff like that, find a coach that maybe might fit our team better than the current coach that we have, kind of thing. So let's continue. Now we're going to go into the rules and settings for this. We're going to change these as well. So we're going to be putting it at the most realistic settings possible. So we're going to be playing the full simulation. Injuries are going to be off. Period length is going to be 20 minutes. We're also going to make sure that we put the difficulty on Superstar. Trade difficulty will be on Medium. And now last but not least, I know you guys are going to be wondering what I'm doing for this option. This is the new features added into NHL 21. It's the draft class quality. So sim engine scoring we're going to keep on Medium. Draft class quality we're going to keep on Medium as well, but the generated prospect quality we're going to put on high. So it's a decent draft class, but there's going to be a lot of good players in the decent draft class. This is what I've been doing on my offline modes, and I found it to work the best for me so far. So that's what we're going to do with this series. Alright, without further ado, let's get started as our first year of the Anaheim Ducks. Alright, here we are, season number 1 with the Anaheim Ducks. The first thing we're going to do is check our roster real quick, see what kind of players we have coming up, see what kind of players we can move. So let's go by position here. We're going to go to centers. We have Ryan Getzlaf. He's got how many years left on this deal? Because it's a hefty deal. Last year of his $8.2 million deal, he is a power forward center, which is very nice to have if you're looking chemistry wise. We also have Adam Henrique, who can list at the second line center, is a two-way. He's making 5.8 for 4 years. Sam Steele, he's going to be growing, top 6 medium, 81 overall, 22 playmaker, which will be nice to have. And then we also have Danton Heinen, who's a two-way forward. He can play that fourth line, and he likes that fourth line, which is good. He's on his last year of his $2.8 million deal. We got obviously Ricard Raquel, who is a playmaker. Doesn't really match this team too well. I mean, he fits on that first line, which is where he'll be playing, but he is an 85 overall playmaker, making 3.79 for 2 years still, so that's going to be great for us. We also have Max Jones, who's another power forward, top 6 medium potential, 81 overall, 22. Power forward, and he fits this team pretty good. He's on the last year of his rookie deal, so we might have to re-sign him there. We also have Sonny Milano, two-way forward. He's medium top 6. Yes, medium top 6. Fits that second line very well. So, and then Max Comtois, another power forward coming up for us, which is great for chemistry. We're definitely going to be looking at doing some chemistry things with this team. Jakob Silferberg, who's a sniper. He'll be playing that first line with Getzlaf and Raquel for sure. And then we have Troy Terry. He's a medium top 6, 2380, two-way forward. So not terrible forwards. We actually have a decent forward group and some good forwards coming up. Defensemen, we have Hampus Lindholm. Medium top 4. He is last year of growing, two-way defender. Does not like our coach, so that's going to be something we have to look at here. Cam Fowler, also another two-way defender, does not like the coach as well. So those two guys are interesting. We might have to see if there's another coach that might be a little bit better for us, kind of thing. We have Kevin Shattenkirk, offensive defenseman. Doesn't like this coach. This coach is not good defensively for our defenseman. Josh Manson, a little bit better. Josh Manson's a great defenseman to have, especially if you're looking at chemistry, because he is a defensive defenseman, 84 overall. We have Brandon Gooley, who is a two-way defender, and he loves this coach. That's good. At least we have one defenseman that likes this coach, but he's a medium top 4, 23 years old. We also have Jacob Larson, medium top 4, 80 overall. He doesn't like this coach either. And then we have Kristen Jews, 79, medium top 6, 26. He is an offensive defenseman though, and we don't even know if he likes the lines, so we'll have to take a look at that. And then we check goalies now. Looking at goalies, obviously we have John Gibson, $6.4 million, exact elite, 90 overall. And he's still got 7 years at only 6.4. So John Gibson's definitely going to be our goalie for the whole 3 years. We may have to look at getting a better backup though, because we have Stolars right now, 79 overall, but he's not making a whole lot. So we'll have to take a look at that as well. We have a good team. Like, we have a decent team coming up. I'm going to take a quick look at our coach real quick to see what he's looking like. He is an A-. Pete Horkoff, he's a generalist. Let's take a look here. Pete Horkoff, what a beautiful name. 57% chemistry with the team. So we'll get our lines all set up how I want them to be, and then we'll have to figure out what we need to get, and then we'll see if we have to need a different coach that might help out this team. All right, guys. So I took a look at the coaches that were available. Usually at the start of the season, for year one, there really isn't anyone. There was only B- associate coaches, so no one crazy. So we're going to stick with Pete Horkoff for the year. However, he only does have a 56% team fit. There was an associate coach with a 70%, but like I said, he was B-, so I don't know how well he would be. So we're going to stick with Horkoff for the year. This is the lines that we're looking at right now. I'm not too satisfied. There's a couple things I would like to check, like free agency and stuff like that. However, we do have a +3 on our first line with Raquel, Getzlaf, and Silverberg. Jones, Sam Steele, and Heinen are a +1. I am kind of looking at to move Heinen. He does fit the third and fourth line, so maybe not move him, but find a second line sniper, because if I find a second line sniper, I could easily get a +3 out of this line. Third line, we have Sonny Milano, Adam Henrique, and Troy Terry. And then fourth line, we have Max Comtois, Lundestrom, and Delorier. I'm looking to get Delorier out of there, I think, just because we have that power forward. Lundestrom doesn't fit the fourth line. He only fits the first line, but we do have the power forward and playmaker right here on the fourth line together. So Delorier, I wouldn't mind moving for a sniper, and maybe Heinen, try and find a sniper. Now for our defense, this is very unfortunate. Lindholm and Fowler do not like our current coach. So Shattenkirk and Manson together are +1, but the only problem is they're offensive and defensive. They should be getting a +5 together. So what I might actually do is I might hire that B- coach, because he has the team fit, and this team should actually look a lot better now. All right, guys, so here we are with our new head coach, Mr. Ethan Horton. Like I said, he's only a B-, but he does have a 71% team fit. So after hiring Ethan Horton, I noticed our chemistry went up quite a bit. I did have to simulate a couple days in advance just to sign him, but in preseason, we won 1-0 against the Arizona Coyotes, so we'll take it as what it is. But if we take a look at our lines now, I changed them up slightly a little bit. I moved Jakob Silferberg to the second line, obviously, because he fits that line perfectly. So we do have a +5 there. Raquel, Getzlaf, and Heinen are only a +1. I think the most I might be able to get is a +3 if I get a sniper on that right wing that fits that line. We are going to be taking a look at our fourth line because of the fact that Lundestrom does not like the fourth line. And he only likes the first or the second line. I tried swapping out with Sam Steele, but it's only a +3 there. So Lundestrom's probably either getting sent down or on the move, one of those. But now let's take a look at our defensemen. Doesn't that look a lot better? +5 to Lindholm and Fowler, or +3, sorry, to an 85 and 84 Fowler. Then we have a +5 to 84 and 84 Manson and Shattenkirk. And then a +1 for Goalie and Larson. And looking at our special teams, we have a +3 first unit and a +1 second unit. And then penalty kill's not great, but we still have a +1 on that first unit, and then, -1 on the 3-man. But it is what it is. So I'm going to take a look at free agency, see if I know there's not any crazy free agents when you start year 1, but we're going to take a look, see if anyone fits, especially that fourth line, because we really need that fourth line to not be a -1. So I'm going to take a look at free agency, and I'll get back to you guys with what I got. All right, guys, so we sent out a couple offers here. Obviously, we offered Carl Soderberg 1.1 for 1 year. Maybe will fit the fourth line. I'm hoping he does. We also sent out another offer. We sent it out to Anthony Duclair for 1.6 for 1 year, just in hopes that maybe he fits on a line. We need some snipers on our team, so we'll simulate a couple days, and we'll see if those guys sign with us. All right, guys, so as you can see here, Carl Soderberg accepted our contract. We also sent out a couple offers to some guys with potential. Anthony Duclair declined. Oh, we have a full roster. Okay, Perlini signed. That's a guy with potential, and same with Soderstrom. I'm going to have to trade someone so we can maybe sign Duclair. So I'll take a look at some trades, try to help our team a little bit with those trades, and then I'll get back to you guys with what I did. All right, guys, so I'm trying to make a trade for Lundestrom for Connor Garland and a third and a fourth for Arizona. I figure that if I can get Lundestrom off and then pick up Garland actually, I believe, fits top 6 forward lines. Let me double check that real quick. Yeah, top 6 forward lines. So if we can get Garland playing on that first line, replace Heinen, and then put Heinen on the fourth line center, that would go through. So let's see if this trade goes through. It is rejected. We're going to try and take that fourth off real quick. Will it go through? It is off. So let's try replacing that third for the fourth, maybe. The Arizona fourth. Let's try this trade. There we go. Perfect. So Lundestrom for Garland and a fourth, and that takes up one of our 5 trades this season. So let's take a look at our lines now after that trade. All right, guys, so after that trade, we now have a +3 on the first line with Raquel, Getzlaf, and Garland. Garland, like I thought, fits that first line real good, just off by the offensive strategy. Still have the +5 on the second line and then a +1 on the third line, and there's no more minus on the fourth line now that we have Danton Heinen there. So perfect trade for us. Defense stays the same. Goalies also stay the same. So we're going to start getting through into the regular season now. So I was going through my AHL lines just to make sure they had good chemistry, and I almost forgot. I forgot we signed Carl Soderberg, so I brought him up and replaced him with Sonny Milano on the third line, and now we actually have a +1 on the third and fourth line. So good thing I checked the AHL because I almost forgot about Carl Soderberg. All right, guys, so we just finished preseason. I'm going to do a quick month-by-month simulation, and I'll get back to you guys after each month, and I'll get back to you guys also with any trade offers that come our way from the computer. So we're going to go through the month of October, and I'll be right back. So after the month of October, we are currently sitting at a record of 7-5-1. Adam Henrique there is our leading scorer with 9 points in 13 games. I'm going to take a look at our team, see who's not performing, see who is performing, and we'll go from there. So I'll come back to you guys after I check that out. All right, guys, so I took a look, and our power play wasn't really scoring, and our penalty kill was not getting it done. So I made a few adjustments here. I put Sam Steele on the first line because for some reason Raquel was only giving that line a +1, and Sam Steele's giving it a +3 now. So Raquel keeps the +5 on that second line, so +3, +5, +1, +1. And then if we take a look at our special teams, we actually have a +5 power play now and a +1 on the second unit. And our penalty kills are both +1. So a little bit of improvement all around on the chemistry, so hopefully that helps for the month of November. All right, so after the month of November, we are 15-12-1. We are currently 7-3-0 in our last 10. and that actually puts us at second in our division. Thank God we're in the Pacific, the weakest division. I was looking at the player stats, and it looks like that first line is just not getting it done, only about 15 points through 28 games. So I might take a look at actually moving Ryan Getzlaf, trying to find a left wing power forward that fits that first line, and then move Sam Steele over to the center position. It's going to be hard to move Getzlaf just because, well, first of all, he's the captain. That's going to be a little hard to overcome, but also because he has that big cap hit. So we're going to take a look around. We're going to try and find something. I'll get back to you guys with what I proposed. Alright guys, so we're trying to make a trade with the Detroit Red Wings, who are currently 12-11-2. We're going to be giving them Getzlaf and Kopaka for Mantham, this guy, and a fifth. I don't even know if this will work with the pick, let alone without the pick, but we're going to try it anyways, just because without the pick, the value is still pretty even. However, Getzlaf last year on his deal, Mantha fits the first line. He's only signed to 5.7 for 4 years. Kopaka's only 73. I don't see him growing in the next 3 years, but I don't want to trade all our prospects away to screw over the next GM that comes in. So we're going to try this trade here. If it doesn't go through, we'll take the pick off, but I added this guy just for the roster spot. So let's see if it goes through. And it's accepted. Perfect. So Anthony Mantha, welcome to the Anaheim Ducks. Alright guys, and now that we added Anthony Mantha, as you can see, we retained that +3 on the first line. Mantha and Garland fit that first line really good. If Sam Steele maybe fit the line a little better, we'd definitely have a +5. But we'll take what we can get. We'll see how Anthony Mantha does in Anaheim, and let's get through December. Through the month of December, we're currently 21-18-2, 5-4-1 in our last 10. Adam Henrique's leading the team with 30 points in 41 games. Not where I really want to be, however, 30 points in 41 games on that third line is pretty good for Henrique. I'm not sure what we need to do here. Like maybe just let Sam Steele grow kind of thing. Just grow that first line a little bit more with Connor Garland and Sam Steele. But other than that, we're going to go through January, and then we'll probably get up to the trade deadline in February and go from there. Through the month of January, we are currently 25-23-3. Not the best record. However, we are in a wild card spot, so thank goodness for the weak Pacific. Henrique there with 35 points in 51 games. We're going to go up to a day before the trade deadline and recap, and then see what we can do from there. Well, this pretty much tells the tale for the rest of our season. Coming up to the trade deadline, we lose 7 straight games. We're now 27-30-5. So I might look to move maybe some of the players that are producing. Anthony Mantha now 39 points in 59 games. He's doing pretty good on our team, actually, after acquiring him, if we take a look at his stats real quick. He's got 21 points in 34 games. He's a -6. He went down quite a bit in the plus-minus after those last 7 games. Last I checked, he was a +5. So yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what we're doing. Max Jones is getting a point every second game, so hopefully he starts growing quite a bit. Sam Steele, same with him. He's an 84 now. Holy. I'm not sure what we're going to do at the trade deadline here. So maybe we'll just go into it and see what gets offered to us kind of thing. Just for you guys' information, I'm going into the trade deadline as a conservative seller. Let's see who is the top players that are available at the trade deadline here. So we got Dustin Byfuglien, Keith Yandel, Logan Couture, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jordan Binnington, PK Subban, Evander Kane, Brock Nelson, Josh Bailey, Mark-Edward Vlasic. All right. So I'm going to sit here for a bit and see what comes up, see if we get any offers, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so I just finished the trade deadline. I didn't get offered a single trade. I was looking around. There really wasn't anything that I wanted to trade. However, the Pacific Division bulked up a little bit. Vancouver getting Dustin Byfuglien, stuff like that. I checked the draft board. It looks like our projected pick is number 4 right now. So I'm just thinking if our team continues on this trend, then we might actually get a good pick in this draft this year. So I'm going to run out the rest of the season. I'll get back to you guys with where we finish kind of thing, and we'll go from there. End of the season, we finished with a record of 36-40-6. Obviously not good enough for a playoff spot, but hopefully we get a good pick through the draft lottery. We're just going to simulate through these playoffs, and then I'll come back with the draft lottery results. So there you guys have it. Pittsburgh Penguins win the Stanley Cup. The Grand Rapids Griffins win the Calder Cup. Give it up to EA to let Pittsburgh win another cup. Shocker there. Let's get to the draft lottery results here. 14-1 Carolina. 14-1. Wow. We dropped from 4 to 6, which is still not a bad pick, but 14-1. Holy, what a jump. What a lucky pick for Carolina. We're also going to check out the awards before we jump into the draft here. I want to see all that kind of stuff. We won't view retired players. Actually, I probably should have checked that because we have a few people that could be retired. Hopefully, Ryan Kessler. Hopefully, David Backes. Stuff like that. But let's check out these awards here before we jump into the draft. The Pittsburgh Penguins win the Stanley Cup. The Tampa Bay Lightning win the President's Trophy. The Winnipeg Jets and the Pittsburgh Penguins play in the Stanley Cup final. Let's go to individual awards now. Connor McDavid with the Art Ross Trophy. Leon Draisaitl with the Hart, back-to-back for him. The Norris goes to John Carlson. The Lady Byng to Patty Kane. The Calder to Laffy. Conn Smythe to Marc-Andre Fleury back in Pittsburgh. Leave that up to Pittsburgh. What a play. Vasilevsky with the Vezina and the Jennings. Forbort with the Masterton. Jack Adams goes to Arizona's coach. The Selke to Kopitar. The Ted Lindsay to Draisaitl. And Ovi with the Richard. Back-to-back seasons for Ovi with the Richard. So let's jump into the draft here. Let's take a look and see who Carolina gets, because that's pretty lucky. Carolina with the first pick gets Aturati, Teravainen, Svechnikov. Oh, jeez, that's a terrifying team. Let's take a look at the draft class real quick. So we're picking number 6. The Snyder guy is going to go second, probably. Spike Snyder, he's a sniper right winger. That's kind of what we need. We're picking number 6. We're supposed to be picking this guy as a playmaker. Sillinger's here. Yuri Nabokov, he's probably going to be a defensive defenseman. Do we try and move up and make a trade to get Spike Snyder? So right now, guys, I'm trying to offer St. Louis the first pick, or the second overall pick for our 6th overall pick in Connor Garland, because Connor Garland's going to want an extension. It's probably going to be a lot. Hopefully Spike Snyder can replace him there. Trade is rejected. We'll try throwing in a 3rd, maybe. We'll throw in a 3rd, see if they want to work with a 3rd here. We'll throw in, next year's 3rd, I think. We'll try next year's 3rd. We'll go through. Still rejected. All right, we'll try next year's 2nd. If not, we'll just go with the 6th overall pick here. We'll try next year's 2nd, see what they say, and it's still rejected. So we're just going to take the 6th pick and go from there. All right, guys, so pick number 6. Maybe we should have went for Spike Snyder because he is an 82 out of the draft, and I think he's only 17 years old, so maybe I should have pushed a little bit harder for him, but no worries. We're going to make our pick here, the 6th overall pick. They want us to take this guy from the Halifax Mooseheads. He's unknown. He's probably going to be either top 6 or medium elite. He is a playmaker guaranteed. Cole Sillinger here, top 6, high playmaker. Nabokov here, defensive defenseman. We're going to take a look real quick to see if there's any gems that we have to look out for. And we do have one. This guy's supposed to go 44th. He is a two-way forward more than likely, but he is medium top 6. We'll probably take him with our 2nd round pick. Maybe we can get medium elite out of him. As for right now, we have a medium elite defensive defenseman that's supposed to go late. Interesting. So we'll have to keep tabs on that too, 52nd overall. So what I think we're going to do here is I think I'm going to take Cole Sillinger just because I don't know what this guy actually is. He's probably medium elite. I don't know. We're going to take Cole Sillinger because he's guaranteed high top 6, which actually grows pretty good, and he's a playmaker. So we'll take Cole Sillinger with the 6th overall pick. And he's a 61 out of the draft, which is pretty low, so I wouldn't be surprised if we try and move him. Let's see if we can see that guy. He is a high top 6 as well. He's 63, so slightly better out of the draft, but still not enough to help us. So we're going to simulate now to our next pick at 35. Probably take that gem, because I think that gem's supposed to be going before the medium elite. There's a guaranteed low elite at 39, Ryland Parse. Let's take a look at that gem here real quick. If he's in the 40s, we're going to take him. Yep, he's supposed to go 44. So Lassi Tukio from Finland. And he is medium top 6. He's a two-way forward. Not a terrible pick. I might want to move to get that other guy. Couldn't be bothered. Let's take a look now. We'll sort by potential real quick. See if that guy slipped somehow. And he did not slip. That's unfortunate. But no worries. Let's keep taking a look here. See if there's any high chances or guarantees. It looks like all 50% here. It's all 50%. So we're going to take a chance on a 50% medium elite. We'll go with the goalie, Ville Sivonen, sure. Ville Sivonen. And he is medium elite. Perfect. So, medium elite goalie. We also have a medium starter goalie, I believe, in the minors as well. So, we're going on to our 97th overall pick. Jackson Vandalise there. Let's take a look by potential again. Cole Stewart. Let's see here. Take a chance on a 50% low elite. Maybe sniper. Ken Arcabello. We'll take a chance on him. Ken Arcabello is a low top 9 two-way forward, so not exactly what we want there. Moving on to our 113 pick here. We have no more gems, have no more guarantees, so this will probably be the last pick I make. I'll let the computer do the rest of the picks after this. Let's take a chance on maybe a medium top 4 defenseman. They all have face scans, and I don't like that. Let's take a chance on Cole Stewart. I don't know what Cole Stewart's supposed to be, but he's a bottom 6 medium. So we're going to simulate the entire draft now, let our computer make the picks for us. We had still 4 more picks, but that's okay. Cole Sillinger, 6 overall. Kind of mad we didn't get Spike, but it is what it is. I did offer them a second down to 6 and Connor Garland, but they decided not to, so now we're getting into the Resign Phase now. So I'm going to give out offers, and then I'll get back to you guys with what I got here. Alright guys, so I sent out some contracts. The only one that expired was David Backes. We still have Ryan Kessler's contract, which is unfortunate, but we do have quite a bit of cap space, about $25 million right now. Heinen accepts our contract. Sam Steele accepts our contract, which is perfect. I think I signed him for 3.2 for 2 years, which is not bad. Max Jones accepts, which is awesome. He grew to an 83 this year. Comtois did not accept. I'll have to reoffer him a deal. Connor Garland accepts. I offered him a 4x4 deal. Carl Soderberg accepts. Carl Soderberg did not want an extension. I gave him 2.5 for 1 year since he fits, the team not too bad. Drysdale signs his entry-level deal with us. This is the guy we got out of the trade for Mantha. And that's it. So I'm going to reoffer Comtois, and then we'll get to free agency. Alright guys, so we're going into free agency now. I took a look at our team. We need a third pair defenseman, a two-way defenseman to play with Goalie. Larson went down in the overall. We also need a backup. I didn't re-sign Stolars, so we need a backup there. And maybe a sniper
What did he say?
to replace Silverberg, because Silverberg's making $5 million quite a bit. We have $14 million in cap space, but any that we can dump is better. So looking here, Ovechkin's available. Does he fit the first line? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We might bring in Alex Ovechkin. 2 years at only 8.9. Oh no. Oh no. We might have to look at bringing Ovechkin in. As for defensemen, we need a two-way defenseman to play that third pair. Gustafson's actually 6.3. That's a lot. David Savard wants 5.4. That's also a lot. Two-way defenseman. Let's sort by overall, actually, real quick. Try and find one relatively cheap, like a Ryan Murray, an Alex Edler, maybe an Alec Martinez. Anyone else here? Veronik is restricted, maybe a Montour, stuff like that. And then backup goalies, I'm sure we'll be able to find one. Binnington's the best starter here. We could bring in like a Peter Mrazek, maybe, or a Linus Ullmark. Linus Ullmark only wants 1.7 for 2 years at 83. Not too bad. So I'm going to make some offers, and then I'll get back to you guys with what I got. I think we're going with Ovechkin. What have I done? Alex Ovechkin is the new member of the Anaheim Ducks. We also signed Linus Ullmark in the process. Now, I think I'm going to make a trade to get rid of Jakob Silferberg and drop Connor Garland down to the second line, just because Silverberg has that more cap hit, lower overall, and we don't really need him. So I'm going to take a look at some offers for Silverberg, and then I'll probably sign another two-way defenseman, and I'll get back to you guys with what I've done. Alright guys, so we're using up one of our trades to trade Jakob Silferberg to the Blues for a 4th and a 6th in 2022. Free up about $5.25 million of cap space. That leaves us at 9.4 available, and I'm going to go sign a two-way defenseman. As you guys can see, we signed Eric Gustafsson to a 4-year deal. We overpaid quite a bit because we had 3 teams interested. We paid him $6 million, which is quite a bit. It might bite me in the butt, but it might actually bite the other GM once they hire the other one after me. So, Eric Gustafsson, welcome to the Anaheim Ducks. As you can see there, we signed the reigning winner of the Maurice Richard, Alex Ovechkin. 61 goals last year. Hopefully, Sam Steele can get the puck to him. We're going to have a first line of Steele, Mantha, and Ovechkin. So let's get to this next season. Alright guys, start of year 2. As you can see here, we are a buyer status now. We are not a conservative buyer, we're actually a buyer now. Let's take a look at the lines, what I've cooked up for the line. So first line, as you can see here, we have Mantha, Steele, and Ovechkin +3. Hopefully Sam Steele grows quite a bit, and alongside, the best pure goal scorer of all time. Second line, we have Max Jones, Ricard Raquel, and Connor Garland +3 as well. Third line, we have Carl Soderberg, Adam Henrique, and Troy Terry +1. That line was actually really good, one of our best lines last year. And then fourth line, we have Sonny Milano, Heinen, and Max Comtois +1 as well. This line could potentially be better, but Comtois doesn't really fit, which is okay, it happens. Now let's take a look at our defense. We have a little bit of a dilemma with our defense. So first pair, Lindholm Fowler. That's fine. +3, perfect. Second pair, Shattenkirk Manson +5. Great. Third pair, we have Mahura, who actually grew quite a bit, up to an 81 now. And he's down there with Gustafsson for a +1. So we still have Brendan Gooley, and we also have Larson, that are both 81 two-way defensemen. I moved them around. Mahura is the best one that fits in there. So we have a couple defensemen down in the minors that we could move come deadline day or swap out for Mahura if he's not playing well. So we do have some options there for trades as well. Let's take a look at our special teams now. For our power play, we have that +5 unit, Mantha, Raquel, Steele, Ovechkin, Shattenkirk. What a unit. Then our second unit's +1. On the penalty kill, nothing crazy, just a +1 there. And then we'll take a look at our goalies. We have 89 John Gibson and 83 Linus Ullmark. So we should be a better team this year, especially with, a 94 overall Alex Ovechkin on the first line. So I'm going to simulate up to the start of the season in October, and I'll get back to you guys. Alright, so we are at November 1st. As you can see, quite a bit better of a start for year 2 than year 1. We are 9-3-1 to start the season. Ovechkin with 15 goals in 13 games, 21 points. So the addition with Ovechkin, surprise, surprise, helps out the team. I would be surprised if this team is anything but a playoff team, so hopefully we can keep that mindset going forward. So let's get through November, and I'll get back to you guys with the record. Alright, so we are at December 1st with a record of 25-3, a lot better, 7-2-1 in our last 10. Ovechkin still on goal per game pace, 45 points in 28 games. So much better of a turnaround. Hopefully we can keep this going. Let's go through December now. Alright guys, we are now at January 1st, 2022. We still have not lost double-digit games in regulation. Ovechkin there, 38 goals in 41 games. He's on pace for 76 goals this season. We're clearly first in our division. I don't think it's even a question there. Let's roll right through to the trade deadline. Alright, so we are a day before the trade deadline. We did add a few more regulation losses, but we're still first in our division. We are currently 39-16-6 at 7-3-0 in our last 10. And Ovi's got 55 goals in 61 games. He's got 90 points already. This is insane. We're going into the trade deadline. We're going to be conservative buyer because I really don't want to make any moves, but there is some guys like those 2 defensemen down in the minors that I would be fine with moving. So I'm going to go through the trade deadline. I'll let you guys know if there's any trade offers that come through, any trades we make, stuff like that. So we're trading with the Kings. We're going 1-for-1 Larson for Akil Thomas. The Kings obviously not doing good. They want Jakob Larson for some reason, even though they're not doing good. We'll try this 1-for-1. We'll get a good prospect out of it, 70 overall, and it is accepted. So now I just have to trade Gooley, and then we should be done with the trade deadline. So we're going to accept this trade from the Nashville Predators. I just did find trade for Gooley. They're giving us a second and a fourth. That's more picks, and we don't need Gooley. So that will be our last trade unless we get offered by the computer. It's currently 10 a.m. on the deadline, so we don't have much longer, just 2 more hours. No more trade offers throughout the trade deadline. That's weird. I haven't gotten any trade offers, maybe just because I'm a conservative buyer and seller. But we're going to sim to the end of the season here. We're going to play the Oilers, who are 36-20-5. They are actually third in our division. Arizona is 5 points behind us, and they just got Claude Giroux. So it's toughening up the Pacific Division, but we're holding our own. So let's get through the end of the season. All right, guys, end of the season. We finished with 49 wins, I believe. 49 wins. Let me just take a look here real quick. 49, 26-7, first in our conference. And I believe, no, actually, the Maple Leafs win the Presidents, 49-23-10. So Maple Leafs get the Presidents. We are 3 points off the least for the Presidents. But Ovechkin was 68 goals, 109 points in 82 games. What a season for Ovi in California. So the regular season has ended. We are playing the Vancouver Canucks in the first round, 42-31-9. Let's go take a look at their line. So the Vancouver Canucks have a scary top 6, but their bottom 6 really falls off. A first line of JT Miller, Pedersen, and Besser, 87, 90, and 89. Second line, Ferland, Horvat, Vertanen. Third line, Peary, Beagle, and Lind. And fourth line, Roussel, McEwen, and Bo Bennett. So the fourth line really drops off. Let's take a look at their defense real quick. Quinn Hughes, 90 overall. Tyler Myers, 83. Yolevi and Letty there, both 84s on the second pair. And Nate Schmidt and Connor Carrick. So other than Connor Carrick, they have a really good defense core. Let's take a look at their goalie. And it is Braden Holtby, 88 overall, and Thatcher Demko, 84. So this is going to be a good first round matchup. We're going to go into game 1 right now. At home in Anaheim. Let's simulate. So, first period, it is 1-0 Vancouver. Quinn Hughes with the goal against John Gibson. Second period, 3-0 Vancouver. Besser with 2 in the second period, and they're up 3-0. Third period, and we try and come back. Mahura with his first career NHL playoff goal, and Shattenkirk, but it's not enough. Vancouver wins game 1, 3-2, after being outshot 28-21. So not the start we want, but I believe in this team. I really do believe in this team. It is a very strong team with a 68 goal scoring Alex Ovechkin. So, game 2. All right, let's simulate the first period of game 2. First period, no score. The shots are 9-6 for Vancouver. Second period, and Vancouver's up 2-1. Bo Horvat on the power play and Brandon Peary, but Gustafson gets a goal for us. Shots are 21-14. Third period, and they win 5-2. Vertanen, Ferland, and Besser all for Vancouver. Connor Garland on the second line scores for us, but it's not enough. Only 20 shots. We're down 2-0 going back to Vancouver. It's not looking good for Anaheim. All right, game 3 in Anaheim. First period. 1-1 score. Troy Terry for us and Lind for them on the third line. Second period. And we're up 2-1. Perfect. Our first lead. Kevin Shattenkirk. Can we hold on to the lead third period? And we can. Anthony Mantha on the power play seals the deal for Anaheim. And we're still in it, down 2-1. Game 4 in Vancouver. All right. Game 4 in Vancouver. First period. We're down 3-0. Big. Nick Leddy, Bo Horvat with 2. 5 shots to 15 shots in the first period. Not the start we want, especially down 2-1. Here we go. Second period. And we score 1. There we go. Anthony Mantha scores 1 on Braden Holtby to bring us back, but we're down 3-1. Being outshot 26-16. Hopefully we can come back. Third period. And we lose 4-2. Connor Carrick on that third defensive pair, but Ovechkin gets 1 for us. It's not enough. We're down 3-1. Going to game 5 in Anaheim. All right, game 5 in Anaheim, down 3-1. We need to play our hearts out. Here we go. First period. No score on the board. The shots are 12-7 us, which is good. Second period. And 2-0 Vancouver. JT Miller and Brock Besser. Can we come back? And we can't. We lose in 5 to the Canucks in the first round. Not the second year that I wanted. However, the Canucks are a good team. I'm not surprised that they did beat us. I wish it would have been a little closer of a series, as you see there, Shattenkirk point per game in the playoffs. But that means we're going to have to go out in year 3, so let's simulate to the draft. All right, so the year 2 playoffs are complete. The Edmonton Oilers are your Stanley Cup champions. The Binghamton Devils win the Calder Cup. New salary cap. We're going to take a look at the awards. I hope Ovi won, at least the Morocco Richard. Carolina! They jumped from 14-1 to win the first year lottery, and now they jump from 9-1 to win the second year lottery. Carolina, man, they're paying someone, but they're getting first overall picks. So that Carolina forward core is going to be scary. Just scary. All right, so right before the draft, we're just going to quickly check the awards, see how many Ovi took home. The Edmonton Oilers are your Stanley Cup champions, the Maple Leafs with the Presidents, And the Oilers played the Leafs in the Cup final. What a Cup final. Oilers versus Leafs, all-Canadian matchup. Individual awards. Ovi with the Art Ross, beautiful in the Ducks uniform. And Ovi with the heart. There we go. 2 awards for Ovi. That's awesome. The Norris back-to-back years for John Carlson. The Bing goes to Tyler Seguin. The Calder goes to Holtz of the Devils. I haven't seen that yet. That's pretty cool, actually. Conn Smythe to none other than Connor McJesus. The Vezina goes to Binnington of the Blackhawks. Interesting. The Jennings to Samsonov. The Bill Masterton to Siegenthaler on the Ottawa Senators. Jack Adams goes to our coach. There we go. That's awesome. Too bad we got bounced out in the first round. The Selke to Patrice Bergeron. Ted Lindsay to Ovi. And Maurice Richard to Ovi. So Ovi takes home 4 awards. That's crazy. That's awesome. Let's get into the entry draft now. Let's see who Carolina picks first overall. Let's take a look at the draft class real quick and see who they're picking right now. And they're picking a medium elite Pekka Jokela 2-way forward. Interesting. So, another medium elite forward for Carolina. Let's see if they make that pick. And they do. 83 out of the draft. He's a sniper. He's not a 2-way forward. He's a sniper. So, interesting pickup. That's crazy. Carolina is now going to have Aho, Teravainen, Svechnikov, Ratty, and Jokela. That's insane. Let's send to our pick at 27 here. And I don't really know who's available. Going to be honest. Doesn't look like anyone's scouted except for Chris Linson, who is a bust, so that's not going to help us too much. We might go off the board with this pick. Let's see if we have any gems. We have no gems, just 3 busts. So do we have any guaranteed potential players? We have a medium elite goalie, Jake Gov. We have an almost guaranteed elite 2-way defenseman. Other than that, there's no one guaranteed. What about low elites? No, we have 75% chance on these guys. And no guaranteed top 6. There's a guaranteed top 4 2-way defenseman. I think we're going to make the safe play and just draft the goalie, Jake Gov, and then we can work from that, maybe trade him. He's probably got some value. So medium elite, 49 overall, Jake Gov. Welcome to the Anaheim Ducks. We're going to pick number 44 now. And like I said, we don't really have any guaranteed players, so we might take a chance on this guy. He's 75% chance medium elite. He's supposed to go 44th, so we're going to take a chance on him. Hopefully he is medium elite, fingers crossed, and he's top 4 medium 2-ways, so not the best, but not terrible either. Could be a lot worse for a second-round pick, so we're getting an offer here, our second-round pick for Joel Edmondson. We're not going to take this simply because our defense core is ridiculous, but we'll check out Edmondson real quick here. Joel Edmondson, he would fit on D-pair 3. We don't need a defensive defenseman for D-pair 3, so I'm going to decline this trade. Thank you for the offer, though. Let's make our next pick, and I'm probably not going to make too many more picks after this since we don't have a lot of potential players, like guaranteed potential players. So we could take a chance on that 50% medium elite defenseman. We could take Galiev, who's guaranteed defensive defenseman, and he might be low elite. Let's try that. We'll go for Boris Galiev. Hopefully he's low elite. And he is awesome. So a low elite defensive defenseman. All right, we're going to get out of the draft here. I want to get into Resign Phase and start working on our team so we can make a push for this year 3. We got to win it all this year. Alright guys, so as you can see, the offers have been sent out. Now this guy right here is causing me a lot of issues. Rickard Rakell, 86 overall. He wanted $9.1 million this year, so we had to let go of Heinen, who didn't want to re-sign and wanted like 2.2, so I didn't want to overpay for Heinen. Rakell signs, which is good. Hampus Lindholm doesn't re-sign. We'll have to offer him a little more. Josh Manson re-signs, which is great. Mahura re-signs. We got him cheap for 1.8, I think. Morano re-signs. He's growing quite a bit. Jacob Perreault re-signs. Perfect. So we're going to have to re-offer Hampus Lindholm. Let's check our cap space real quick. We're at 9.215, which is not bad. But we need to re-sign Hampus Lindholm, who wants 5.8. We'll give him what he wants because I kind of lowballed him a little bit. Let's see here. Hopefully Hampus Lindholm accepts that extension. We're about to find out, and he does. Beautiful. And same with Sonny Milano. Perfect. So we're going to go into free agency now. We're going to take a look at the free agents that are available. And We don't have a lot of cap space. We might have to move some people around. I wouldn't be opposed to moving Raquel, especially if he's making 9 mil at 86 overall. Kind of hurts a little bit, but let's take a look here and see who's available. Brock Besser. Crazy. He's restricted, though. Let's sort by overall real quick. So we got Brock Besser. Morgan Riley's available. That's not bad. Evgeny Malkin, 35 years old. Max Domi, Phil Kessel, Giordano, Ristolainen, Forsberg, actually. How much does he want? 6 mil at 86? Ooh. We might have to look at Philip Forsberg. He is a two-way, though. We need a playmaker. So I'm going to take a look at our roster, see what we need kind of thing. We don't have a lot of cap space. We actually only have 3.385. So I'm going to take a look at what we need, and I'll get back to you guys with my decisions. All right, guys, so now we're going to try for Matthew Barzell from the New York Islanders. We're giving up Rickard Rakell, Akil Thomas, and a second. Will it go through? Too far off. All right, I'm willing to throw in the first. We're trying to get that player that's going to put us over the edge. So we'll try our first, and it goes through. So welcome Matthew Barzell to the Anaheim Ducks. All right, so now we're trying to make a deal for Jake Gardiner. We overpaid for Eric Gustafsson. This is simply just a cap dump of almost $2 million. Gardiner fits on our third pair, so that should be fine with Mahura. We'll go through one for one, and it does. Perfect. So now I just need to get a couple forwards for the fourth line, and we should be good to go to start the year 3. We made 2 offers in free agency, one to Adam Lowry for those 90 overall face-offs for the fourth line. He accepts. And then we also get Tobias Reeder to play on that left wing on the fourth line as well. He fits all bottom 6 lines. So we have our team set. Let's simulate to next season, and let's check out our lines. All right, guys, I just edited my lines. If this team does not go to the Cup final, I'm going to be disappointed. I don't know what else to do. Let's just look at this team for a second. First line, Ovechkin, Barzell, Mantha, 93, 90, 87 plus 5. Second line, Max Jones, Sam Steele, Connor Garland, 84, 85, 83 plus 3. Like, that top 6 is the best top 6 in the league, hands down. There's no other top 6 that can beat that. Sonny Milano, Adam Henrique, and Troy Terry are on the third line of the +1. And then fourth line, we have Max Comtois, Adam Lowry, and Tobias Reeder with a +1 as well. Now let's take a look at our defense. Hampus Lindholm, Cam Fowler, 85-84 plus 3. Shattenkirk Manson, 85-84 plus 5. And Gardner Mahura, 83-81 plus 3. Like, this team is insane, not to mention we also have a 90 overall John Gibson and an 83 Allmark backing us up. And we also have a +5 first unit on the power play. Like, I don't understand. If this team doesn't go at least to the Cup final, I will be disappointed in the game, maybe? I don't know. But this team's insane, and it should perform pretty good this year. All right, so it is November 1st, 2022, and we have an issue. We are 3-7-2. This is not the record I was expecting from a team like this. Barzell point per game, still 4 goals, 8 assists, but yikes, 3-7-2 with this team to start the season. Every single player is a minus. Our best player is Mantha, who's a +1. OV 9 points, Mantha 11 points. So that first line's getting it done. I don't know what it is. Mahura is a -5, even though he's a +3 with Gardner on that third pair. We can check goalies real quick, I guess. Gibson 882, not looking too good. So I'm not sure what's going on with this team. Hopefully they turn it around in December, but I guess we'll find out here in a second. All right, December 1st, 2022. We're now 10-14-3. I think it's time to blow it up. I think we have 2 trades left. I'm going to try and make a trade for a cornerstone defenseman. So I'll let you guys know what I got. All right, so we're making a trade with the New York Islanders. We're trying to get Kiefer Bellows from them for a 3rd and a 7th. Kiefer Bellows has almost no trade value, even though he's an 83 medium top 6, 24 years old. And he fits our bottom 6 forward lines, and he also has 88 defensive awareness, 88 stick checking. So he's going to replace Max Comtois on that 4th line because Max Comtois isn't very defensive. We just need some more defense on the bottom 6 because our bottom 6 is definitely bringing us back. So we're going to try and make this deal. I was going to throw in Max Comtois in the deal, but his value is way too high. And honestly, like I couldn't find anything on the Islanders that I wanted other than Kiefer Bellows. So we're going to try this trade here. And it's rejected, really. We'll try a third and a fifth. The value seems to be on our side. I don't know why we can't make any deals go through. There we go. Third and a fifth for Kiefer Bellows. I'm going to edit the lines, and then we're going to save our last 2 trades for the trade deadline. So with that acquisition of Kiefer Bellows, we now have a +3 on the third line with Bellows, Henrique, and Terry. I moved Sonny Milano down to the fourth line and scratched Max Comtois. So we'll probably be looking to move him at the deadline. I would have replaced him with Reeder, but Reeder fits this line so well, and Reeder and Comtois' defensive stats are about the same. So we're going to run with this, and we'll see how this next month goes. So I don't know what to do, guys. Like, we're 17, 19, and 5. We're 5, 4, and 1 in our last 10 after the month of December. Ovi's a point per game. Somehow, we are still last in our division. We're tied with Golden Knights for last, but we're only 7 points out of first. So it's not like it's unattainable, but I just don't know what to do. So we're going to go through January. I'll see you guys February 1st. Alright, I never thought I'd see this, but we're actually above 500. We're 3 games above 500, 8-2-0 in our last 10. We're starting to pick it up. I think we're in a wild card. We're actually third in our division, so we're only 4 points back of the Kings for first in the division. As you can see here, Barzell 56 points in 52 games. So we're going to go up to the day before the deadline, see where we're at, and then let's head into the deadline. And just like that, a day before the deadline, we're back to our losing ways. We were 28, 29, and 5, 3, 7, and 0 in our last 10, and we're second last in our division. I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to do on this team. Like, looking at this team, it's so good all around, chemistry-wise, overall-wise. Like, we have 290s on our first line. Our first line's almost +20, but, like, you just take a look, and it's like, maybe we need to change around our third pair defense. Like, the fourth line's not getting it done. Let's take a look at Kiefer Bellows, see if he's done anything while he was here. Kiefer Bellows is a -7 with only 8 points. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this third line. I don't know what to do. Like, this team is just... it shouldn't be performing like this. John Gibson is a 900 save percentage. Linus Ullmark an 893. Like, I don't know what to do. So I'm going to go into the trade deadline, probably bolster up that third pair defense and maybe try and get a better second line sniper. Like, I don't know. I really don't know, but we're going to go on the deadline, see what's available, and I'll let you guys know what I got with my 2 last deals. Alright guys, so I just got offered a deal by the Minnesota Wild. They want to give us Matthew Dumba, Jamie Alexiak, and a 4th for our first next year. I can't make that trade because I can't do the 4th, so I would have to edit it, and that would count as a trade for me. So they want a first round, Gove, a 2nd, and a 7th. So I'm going to try and find a deal if Dumba fits to maybe pick him up if he fits that third pair. So guys, I'm offering Minnesota Gove, Cam Fowler, and a 4th for Matthew Dumba, a 4th from this year. Dumba would replace Cam Fowler on the first pair, and as you can see here, Dumba is an 86 overall, you know, and Cam Fowler's an 84. So we're going to try this trade. Let's see if it goes through. No. I'd be run out of Minnesota, so they don't want to make that go through. Maybe if I can throw in my 2nd instead of my 4th, that might work. We'll try the 2nd, see if this goes through, and it does. So we bring in Matthew Dumba, Cam Fowler's out. So we got one more trade to work with. All right, so the last trade we're going to try, guys, is we're going to go for Henry Jokiharju from the Buffalo Sabres for Jake Gardiner and Jamie Drysdale. I can't trade any picks. Buffalo's at max roster spots, so we're going to try it. I might have to work around and try and do something else, but we're going to try it, and it's rejected. So we're going to have to try and add a little bit more to it. All right, so we're adding Tukio. He's unsigned. Hopefully this goes through. Yes, trade is accepted. Thank you, Buffalo. And that is all the trades we can do. So we are going to get out of here. We got to re-edit our lines, and we'll go from there. The trade deadline is over. Our forward core is still the same. On defense now, we have Matt Dumba, who's an 86, which is 2 overall better than Cam Fowler. We also added Henry Jokiharju, who is an overall better than Jake Gardiner. But the thing about Jokiharju is his defense stats are crazy. 90 defense awareness, 89 shot blocking, 88 stick checking. So hopefully that helps out that pair down there because Mahura, not having it this year. -25. So we need to get that sorted. So hopefully Henry helps out there. So we're February 25th. I'm going to sim ahead a few games. If we get close to pushing for a playoff spot, I will come back to you guys. We are in a dog fight. We're 37, 31, and 7. We're 6-2-2 in our last 10. And as you guys can see here, we are in a wild card spot. We are tied for third and one point back of first place. So the difference between 6th and 1st is 3 points in our division. So we're going to simulate game by game, and fingers crossed, toes crossed, every lucky article of clothing. Never wash the jock strap. Keep that on. We're going to try and make it through. So there's a 3-1 win over Dallas. Perfect. Next, we're playing back-to-back games against division. 7-3 win. There we go. We're first in our division. Look at the Blues. 58-16-3. Oh, my goodness. All right. Here we go. Against Vegas, who's in our division. And we win 4-2. Perfect. All right. Arizona in our division. This is getting so tense. We lose 3-2. That's okay. We're still first. Against LA in our division. We win 7-2. We're still not clinched. We got 2 games left in the season. Oh, we're clinched. We are clinched with 41 wins. That's insane. We barely clinched. Second last game of the season. And we lose both of them. Awesome. But it doesn't matter. 89 points gets us a playoff spot somehow. We only had 89 points, and somehow 89 points got us in the playoffs as the 2nd seed. But wow, what a scary season. I cannot believe we barely squeaked in. The Blues, 61 wins. That's insane. So, first round, we are playing the Edmonton Oilers, 39-33-10, 39 regulation wins, and that's good enough to get in the playoffs, sure. Let's take a look at the Edmonton Oilers lines real quick and see what we're up against. Oh my god, so that's not a pretty sight if you're the Anaheim Ducks. 96 overall Draisaitl, 96 overall McDavid, 84 overall Puljujarvi on their first line. That is terrifying. But then it really drops off after there. They have Yamamoto, Cahoon, and Neal, 83, 85, 82. Not a bad second line. But then Barchi, Gergensen, Svechnikov, 80, 79, 79. And McLeod, Kyra, and Lavoie, 78, 78, 79. So that first line is going to be scary. I'm very scared about that first line. Let's check their defense now. Clefbaum and Hamilton's their first pair. Nurse and Subban's their second pair. And Jones and Bouchard's their third pair. So not too bad of a defensive core. And let's check their goalie. It is Antti Raanta, 81 overall. That's a good sign. So let's get into this first round against the Oilers. This is do or die now. This is year 3. If we don't win, we lose the challenge in the first episode of this series. So fingers crossed. Here we go. Game 1 against the Edmonton Oilers in Anaheim. Fingers crossed. Here we go. First period against the Edmonton Oilers. And it's 1-0 us. Connor Garland on Antti Raanta. Couple Arizona Coyotes, or former Arizona Coyotes. Second period, tied 2-2. Evan Bouchard and Leon Draisaitl, but Sam Steele gets one for us on the power play. Third period, and we pull away with the win. Adam Lowry on the fourth line, and Kiefer Bellows with an empty netter. We take game 1, 47 shots, but we take it. All right, game number 2 against the Edmonton Oilers. First period. And we're up 2-0. Matthew Barzell and Anthony Mantha. So that first line is going to work. You love to see it. Shots are 15-6 for Anaheim after the first. Second period, no score. 25-17 are the shots. We're still up 2-0. Hopefully we can hold this lead. Third period, and we hold on to it just barely. Connor McDavid tries to help Edmonton get back, but it's not enough. Anaheim wins 2-1, and we're going on to game 3. Up 2-0 in the series, go into Edmonton. All right, game number 3 in Edmonton. First period, we're up 2-1. Good start. Ovechkin and Manson for us. Draisaitl on the power play for them. Shots are 12-7 for Anaheim. Second period, and it's still 2-1. Shots are 19 apiece. We're going into the third period up 2-1. Can we survive? Oh, it's tie game. We're going into overtime. Yamamoto and McDavid for the Oilers. Connor Garland scores another one. We're heading in overtime. Shots are 31-30. Simulate the first overtime period. And Edmonton wins in overtime. Leon Draisaitl. That first line is going to just dominate this series, and I'm terrified. But it's the way she goes. We're up 2-1 in the series going into Game 4 in Edmonton, Rogers Arena. And here we go. Game number 4 in Edmonton. Up 2-1 in the series. First period. 2-2 start. Troy Terry for us on the power play. Evan Bouchard for them. Max Jones and then an Oscar Klefbom. So 2 defensive goals for the Oilers. Shots are 12-9 Anaheim. Second period. And it's 4-4. Anthony Mantha on the power play. James Neal on the power play. Ovechkin. And then James Neal with another power play goal. Shots are 22-17 Anaheim. Can we pull ahead 3-1 or is Edmonton tying the series up? Third period. And Edmonton blows away with it. Leon Draisaitl, PK Subban, and James Neal for the hat trick. All 3 on the power play. Edmonton wins 7-4 and ties the series at 2 apiece. All right, we're going into game number 5 now, back home in Anaheim. First period, and it's a 3-2 Oilers lead. We got Barzell opening the scoring. Subban ties it up on the power play. McDavid, Bouchard, and then Max Jones. Edmonton 3 goals on 11 shots. Can we come back in the second? And it's a 5-4 Edmonton lead. Neal, Ovechkin, Mantha on the power play, and then Draisaitl. Can we come back? Third period. And we tie it up. Anthony Mantha, 14:42 in the third, and we're going to overtime. First overtime period. Here we go. Oh, and Edmonton comes away with it. Oscar Klefbom. Edmonton's up 3-2 in the series going back to Edmonton. This is not looking good. Game number 6 in Edmonton, Rogers Arena. Here we go. First period, and it's a 2-1 Edmonton lead. Lavoie on the power play, Max Jones, and Evgeny Svechnikov. Those bottom 6 players, man. Shots are 11-7 for Edmonton. Second period. And it's 4-2 Edmonton. Draisaitl and Garland and Bouchard. We're going to real-time sim this. Power play for the boys. Can't capitalize. Big penalty kill now. Still can't capitalize. 5 minutes into the third period. Shots are 27-17. Big power play for the boys. Long power play. And Sam Steele scores on the power play. Another power play. Aw, Jujhar Khaira with a shorthanded. Oh, but wait, it's not over. Ovechkin on the power play. Oilers on the power play now. 5 minutes left. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. 1 minute. Oh, Adam Henrique keeps it alive, ties it with less than a minute left, and we're going into overtime. Oh my goodness, Adam Henrique, keeping you on your toes. Here we go, overtime period. James Neal! James Neal. And that is going to do it for our first episode of the NHL 21 Cup or Bust series. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video. And if you want to see more episodes, make sure to subscribe. I will be uploading an episode once a week. I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/yourboyzubat 4 to 6 times a week. If you want to come watch, I stream NHL, I stream Apex Legends, I stream lots of games. My link will be in the description below, as well as all my socials. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and take care. Frickin' James Neal!